Load shedding. In our daily life, we are constantly facing various problems. Load shedding is one of them. It's a very familiar term in our day to day life. It has become a hard nut to crack in Bangladesh. Load shedding means discontinuation or suspension of the supply of electricity for a certain period of time. Days come and go, but load shedding problem doesn't improve. Rather, it had gotten worse. There are various reasons behind it. Load shedding usually happens when the supply of electricity is inadequate in proportion to its demand. This situation arises mostly in the peak hour from 8 am to 11 pm. In our country, load shedding becomes acute in summer season when the consumption of electricity increases for the irrigation of in agriculture and for using different electrical equipment such as fan, air conditioner, etc. The first and foremost reason of load shedding is the inadequate power generation. Due to inadequate power generation, we can't meet our daily demand. We have the capacity to generate enough power, but we can't generate because of fuel shortage. Power generation in Bangladesh is mainly depend on gas, coal, whereas the current gas reserves of Bangladesh are not sufficient for power generation. As a result, Bangladesh becomes heavily pressured. As a result, Bangladesh becomes heavily reliant on the importation of oil, gas, and coal from abroad. Moreover, the current massive peak price hike of oil, gas, and coal in the international market made the present power crisis inevitable in Bangladesh. The prices of fuels are rising due to the aftermath of COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war. The war between Russia and Ukraine has made the world unstable. Since Bangladesh is not located on another planet, it has been affected by this devastating war. Consequently, our power generation is being hampered badly. A major causes of load shedding are the corruption, mismanagement, illegal connection, system loss, and wastage of electricity. Whatever the cause is, the consequences of load shedding are beyond description. When the load shedding occurs in a moment, the whole area plunges into darkness. People have no option but to live with the pitch black darkness and sweltering hot. It makes people's life harder and obnoxious. Load shedding, load shedding aggravates people's sufferings in hot weather. People can't sleep a sound sleep due to frequent power failure. Mothers are often seen fanning their babies uh, by hand. All classes of people are sufferers of it. But the students and the patients who are under the knife of a surgeon are the worst sufferers of it. A lot of things to talk with you. Stay tuned. Students can't concentrate on their study. They are forced to study under candlelight, and this affects their study. This affects their study to a great extent. Due to load shedding, food kept in the refrigerator gets rotten. The commodities kept in the cold storage also gets spoiled. They become unfit for consumption. Production in mills and factories is greatly hampered due to frequent power cut-off. Businesses are also suffering huge losses as many cities and markets deprive of electricity after 8 am. Thus, load shedding is deterring our trade and commerce. Actually, it results in a huge economic loss for the country. Load shedding problem should not be allowed to continue for long. This problem may not be solved overnight, but it can be minimized to a great extent. Government needs to take some measures on emergency basis to set up more power plants and enhance production in the existing power plants. So government has to reduce dependency on oil, gas, and coal for generating electricity. Rather, government has to look for an alternative source for power generation. Bangladesh has ample sources of renewable energy like solar energy, wind energy, ocean energy, geothermal energy, etc. These renewable sources of energy can be used on a massive scale of production to produce electricity, which will reduce the gap between demand and supply of the electricity. Thus, it will help to minimize the country's present power crisis. Side by side, misuse of electricity, system loss, illegal connection, corruption, and other forms of mismanagement must be checked. Must be checked. Finally, the public awareness should be raised. Load shedding will not go down unless and until we consumers become more prudent and frugal in using electricity. Otherwise, our all attempts and dreams to be a development nation by 2041 will be in vain. That's all about load shedding. It took about 5 minutes to talk, and and just think about that. What will happen if I write the entire one in the exam? How much pages it would take and how much time it would take? Even if I just pronounce the entire one, if I just recite the entire one, it takes about 5 minutes. So, not sure what's gonna happen then. Thank you.